And we asked him to take part in this programme.
Right.
And he chose not to.
I didn't know that.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're discussing the career of infamous comedian James Corden and explaining why this man is so loathed by the general public. For those who don't know, James Corden is a comedian and actor from London, best known for his role as Smithy in the sitcom Gavin Stacey, a show written by Corden and his co-star Ruth Jones.
Someone to help you and support you and be around. I'm saying you've already got that.
The show was a hit, and Corden became quickly adored by fans, who saw him as a rising comedy star. He began to branch out, starring in a variety of other movies and TV shows, such as Lesbian Vampire Killers and sketch comedy series Horn and Corden. Both of these were terribly received, with Corden even saying his sketch series was a complete mistake, with critics calling it excruciating and critiquing its problematic and childish comedy.
Horn, solid as a rock. He's waiting, but Corden, it seems to have gone to pieces.
So within 3 years of Gavin and Stacey airing, Corden's reputation had already deteriorated. His first major controversy came in 2010, when Sir Patrick Stewart criticised his hosting of the Glamour Awards. Stewart told him he looked like he'd rather be someplace else, since he was standing around with his hands in his pockets, looking rather bored.
Oh, you couldn't be more wrong, sir. You couldn't be more wrong. Oh, genuinely. And if it looked like that, I'm so sorry. But when you come up and present an award, just get on with it. There we go.
While Stewart's scolding of him wasn't blameless, many said Corden's response was uncalled for and painfully arrogant.
Sorry, I'm waiting for the punchline. Go on. No, seriously, go on.
Okay.
No, go on. You can see my belly, and we can all see you dying right now. Let's go for it. Here we go.
The incident quickly became viral, and the spat marked one of the earliest signs of his divisive public persona. It was around this point that reports of his rudeness began to see the light of day. When the cameras were off, he was allegedly quite unpleasant to work with. When Gavin and Stacey won the TV Programme of the Year award at the 2008 BAFTAs, the first thing Corden said on stage was a complaint about not being nominated for the Comedy Award. Others noticed him grow increasingly unpleasant as time went on, for instance when he began to host the game show A League of Their Own. Reports claim he mocked one of the writers and started giving directions for the director. While discussing shooting one scene, Corden supposedly lost his temper and shouted, "What the f*** is going on here? It's obvious what you do, it's so obvious how you shoot it, it's stupid." The show's director went on to brand him as the most difficult and obnoxious presenter on television. It's said he even started treating his co-star and longtime friend Ruth Jones poorly, highlighting how quickly the fame had gone to his head. Eventually, in 2015, it was Corden's time to run to America, probably due to the negative opinion the British public had of him. The Late Late Show's previous host, Craig Ferguson, left the show, and it was Corden who took up his position. This was when he became widely known in the States, with popular comedy segments like Fill Your Guts or Spill Your Guts, and most famously, Carpool Karaoke. He tries to come across as an everyman, but his talk show makes him appear the complete opposite of this. He's rude in interviews, regularly talking over guests and interrupting their sentences. Carpool Karaoke is a treasure trove of irritability, with Corden often appearing overly theatrical and never sincere. He's usually determined to sing louder than his celebrity guests and puts the focus on his antics rather than the celebrity guests.
You know, I'm sitting right here.
Additionally, it turns out he wasn't even driving the car, he was being towed along, misleading everyone. He also felt fake in his interactions, usually pretending to be overly familiar with A-list celebrities. It was during this era he became more viral, appearing in more events and commercials than ever before, as if he was trying to force his way into every branch of pop culture. Numerous high-profile opportunities presented themselves to Corden, from major movie roles to hosting award shows. One of the most famous of these was Cats, where he played the role of Bustopher Jones.
No commonplace mouses have such well-cut trousers or such an impeccable back. Yeah, you've got it. Here we go.
His appearance in this movie was a thing of nightmares, with him being turned into a disgusting CGI humanoid cat in a suit. It was such an appalling film, Corden has admitted to never even bothering to watch it himself. Another controversial appearance was in The Prom, where he was cast to play a gay character.
Things
Sure, Corden is somewhat flamboyant in his mannerisms, but he is a straight actor, which reinforces offensive stereotypes. His portrayal of the character relied on outdated, exaggerated cliches about gay men, making his performance feel more like an insensitive caricature, rather than an authentic and nuanced portrayal.
Might just be the most insultingly misguided, offensive, and laughable performance that this reviewer has ever had the squirming misfortune to endure.
Controversies became a regular occurrence for the comedian during this time. For example, in August 2017, Liam Gallagher called him a knobhead. This was a response to being asked if he'd star on Carpool Karaoke, which he harshly refused. Gallagher went on to admit that he's never seen Gavin Stacey because he knows he won't like it, since James Corden is a knobhead. In October 2017, he made some awful quality Weinstein jokes when hosting the Amphar Gala.
So beautiful, Harvey Weinstein has already asked tonight up to his hotel to give him a massage.
The audience responded mainly with sighs of disappointment, and Corden quickly apologised following the event. He was also accused of stealing material from Noel Fielding in 2017, which was a joke about distracting robbers by whispering to them.
As it came down like that, right at the last minute, I went, "Oi, mate." And he went, "What is it?"
If someone comes up and goes, "Give me your wallet, man, give me your phone," just go, "You're never going to believe what's happened."
Ricky Gervais has also accused him of the same thing when he copied one of his jokes almost word for word.
Seeing a big notice board, and there's a notice, guitar lessons, and you go, "But I don't want guitar lessons."
If someone puts up a poster in a town square that says guitar lessons available, like, you don't get people in the town go, "I don't want to play the guitar."
Potentially his most famous controversy was him being named the most abusive customer ever by the owner of the Balthazar restaurant in New York in 2022.
As some of you may have seen, last week there were stories about me being banned from a restaurant.
His wife ordered an omelette, and when it arrived, there was raw egg white in it. The staff then replaced the food and sent it back with fries as opposed to salad, which they ordered. Anyone would be quite upset, but Corden took it a step too far and allegedly began yelling like crazy. He supposedly screamed, "You can't do your job, maybe I should go into the kitchen and cook the omelette myself." A New York Times reporter asked him about this, and he said to have gotten mad about it once again, saying it was beneath your publication.
It was never my intention. It just wasn't, and I love that restaurant.
In 2023, he finally gave up hosting The Late Late Show, making sure to get one last terrible carpool karaoke with Adele. Originally, the segment was more light-hearted, but its finale was overly sentimental and particularly self-indulgent. He focused much more on his emotional farewell rather than Adele, giving the episode an inauthentic feel.
I was floored by how you'd managed to take everything that I was feeling about myself and life and just put it in a verse.
It was an attempt to frame his departure in a positive light, despite all the controversies surrounding his career. Corden claimed he left to spend time with his family, rather than because of the hate he was receiving, but we'll never truly know for sure.
More than anything, I will just miss going into work with my friends every day.
Once again working in the UK, he has made 2 Christmas specials for Gavin Stacey, the first of which was relatively well received. As famous Corden critic and comedian Brian Limond pointed out, James told one of the Kardashians that he's won. This is because the pair were drinking champagne on a Monday afternoon, while Corden gave her a fake and insincere pep talk about disregarding haters.
Look, you're drinking champagne at 4 p.m. on Monday, and you're at work.
Yeah.
You've won.
So even though everyone despises him, it doesn't upset the man. He's won. You could say this statement showcases his self-assured outlook on fame. However, to some, it perfectly encapsulates why people despise Corden. A sense of detachment from reality and a difficulty understanding why people are so disenchanted with him. As he returns to the UK, time will tell if he'll regain their favour or primarily be remembered for his controversies and his seemingly fake personality.
We all work for the same thing, so you should always be nice.
I respect that. No more.
And he hasn't been very nice.